So we'll read a verse from Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 So we are from Bhagavad Gita, in the chapter 5, in the titled Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. Verse number 29, very important and very famous shloka. So you can.
To BG
5.29.
5.20.
5th chapter, 29. Okay, so very interesting shloka. So, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshvara suhurdam sarvabhutanam Nyatva mam shanti pritchati. So you can all repeat after me. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshvara suhurdam sarvabhutanam Nyatva mam shanti pritchati. Once more. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhurdam sarvabhutanam Nyatva mam shanti pritchati. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. A person in full consciousness of me. Here the me refers to Krishna. Because Krishna is, because there are three personalities telling Bhagavad Gita who are reciting, that is Arjuna, Krishna, Sanjaya, and Dhritarashtra. So here Krishna is telling. So me refers to Krishna. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all the sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and the well-wisher of all living entities, attain peace from the pangs of material miseries. You can all repeat after me. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all austerity, sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Purport is longer. I'll just speak a few words on this. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharini. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktananda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we all have assembled to celebrate our Prabhu and Nanda Mataji's son and daughter, Dhanvi and Daivik. So So we all are gathered, a spiritual celebration. I'm very happy to be here. So I just thought we'll meditate something in Bhagavad Gita. So you may ask, why Bhagavad Gita? Actually, Krishna in Bhagavad Gita gives the facts of this world and the life, everything very clearly. And by simply reading Bhagavad Gita, trying to know Krishna, trying to know this content, we can be very happy. So we can be very happy. And this verse, Prabhupada mentioned, it's a peace formula. So 3 things Krishna is telling. So before I speak about what is Krishna is telling, actually before I came to Krishna consciousness, I had attended some anxiety management seminars, stress relieving seminars. So I had taken some points. So when I read Bhagavad Gita, everything was there. So then I wondered whether Krishna is taken from these people. These people have taken from Krishna. Then I wondered, this is given 5,000 years ago. So without doubt, people have taken from. That's a fact. So they charge in dollars and huge money. And all the facts are taken from Bhagavad Gita. Here, because in 6th chapter, all things about mind, all games are given. And you see all this mind management, everything, they take all the topics from Bhagavad Gita. So the point is, by just reading Bhagavad Gita, you can make it. So here, Krishna is telling how one can be peaceful, or peace formula. So, so that means the statistics of like generally people, this word Prabhupada says is a world of chinta. Chinta means in Sanskrit it's called anxiety. So if you are living in this world, you will be always in anxiety. Oh, I'm laughing. Everything. Why you are saying like this? But to understand that I live in anxiety itself is the greatest gift of God. And that opportunity is given in human life. Because only in human life, that extra intelligence is given. Ahara nidra bhaya maitunam samanyat etat pasubir narana dharma hitesho adhika vishesho dharma hina pasubir saman. This is a verse from Mahabharata. It says, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. These are activities which we do. But that is common between humans and animals. But if a human does these only 4 activities, he remains an animal. But this is dharma hitesho adhika vishesha. Means one has to inquire, what is life? Why is all these difficulties? Why is all these problems? What happens is when you are in anxiety, when you are in difficulty, stress, you are really stressed. When you come out, you forget. Right? Especially a month before, we were all thinking like, whether petrol will be there, gas will be there, what will happen, will I be able to eat, all in anxiety. But now little days you are relaxed. Right? So this is how the material world is, Prabhupada says, is a chinta, anxiety driven. That's called. And then, is there a place where there is no anxiety? Prabhupada said yes. And that is Vaikunta, which is no anxiety. And this is Sakuta. And the Sanskrit meaning says Kunta means problems or anxieties. Vaikunta means there is no anxiety. Sakuta means always anxiety. So, some things we may believe, some things we may accept or not. It's all mind games and it's all mental platform. So that's why we always refer to Vedas. So Vedas are like manual, and Bhagavad Gita, it is a essence of all Vedas. Shankaracharya has very nicely said, Sarva Upanishato Gavo Dokta Gopalanandana. There is a Gita Mahatmya where Shankaracharya has given various glorification of Bhagavad Gita. So there he says, all Upanishads, everything, if you just take essence, it is there in Bhagavad Gita. So with that prelude, Krishna is telling that, if you want to be peaceful, these are three things you should follow. And there is another shloka in second chapter. It is the end, he says, very nice, he gives a flow chart, in corporate people, you will be knowing this flow chart process, how the process is working. So Krishna is telling, if you want to be happy, right? How many want to be happy? Whether you are happy or not, I'm not asking. How many want to be happy? Everybody, correct? Everybody wants to be happy. So Krishna is telling, if you want to be happy, the equation is giving, you have to be peaceful. Okay? So then he says, if you want to be peaceful, he says you need to have a steady mind. What is that? Steady mind. If you want a steady mind, he says you need to have a transcendental intelligence. And what is that transcendental intelligence? We'll discuss. And if you want to have transcendental intelligence, one should be connected with the Supreme Consciousness. This is a verse in second chapter. So, there also it talks about that. So, if you are not connected with God, you will be never happy. I'll tell you a statistics. One of devotee, her friend, his daughter is a psychologist. So she studied and she's now doing her internship. So she went to a hospital and she's practicing that. So then she knows her father is practicing, or all the facts, everything she knows. So she is coming with the statistics. Because what is a psychologist means? Just to hear, listen. Right? What is your problem? You keep hearing. So what is her inference from talking from the patients or whatever? She says, most of the people who come with a mental trauma or a stress are all atheists. Yesterday only, we were discussing, Prabhu is a scientist in Microsoft. So Prabhu was telling, most of the scientists in IITs, and that's what Prabhu strategy says, like left-siders. Then I first heard this is left side, this is left-hander. I said, no Prabhu, not. They are all against God, or there is no force or supreme force or anything. So the point is, if you need to be happy, we need to have God in our life. And another psychologist, she was in Coimbatore. So she went her internship to Madurai. There, she was given an assignment as an intern. Every hour, she has to consult 15 patients. So she was wondering, oh, so many people are there who are mentally stressed. So the point which I am bringing is, Krishna is talking about peace for all. Now why am I talking those? The facts of life I am telling you. You may feel, oh nice, everything is life, but that's not, life is not so easy. So, to be peaceful from all these material miseries, so Krishna is telling we need to have three things. What is that? Bhoktaram yagana tapasa, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, Suhrutam Sarvabhutam. So what is these three things? Krishna is telling that Krishna is the enjoyer and beneficiary of it. So now what we have done? We are all gathered. Who is the center? Krishna. We have kept Krishna's photo, we have Acharya's photo, we have Narshingadev, Panchatattva, Gurudev, Prabhupada. So in our practice, we accept that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. So when we speak, it is glorification about Krishna. Whatever we offer to Krishna. So that is a devotee's attitude is bhokta, Ram. Yagna tapasa. So all the activities, all the fruits goes to Krishna. So In yesterday's session we were discussing, the senior devotee was mentioning, kings, no, they have great power, everything. So when the Jaipur king was there, so he was ruling Jaipur, the Rajput kings. And because the Mughals attacked Vrindavan, all the deities have to be moved to some place to protect them. So these deities of Govindaji was moved to Jaipur. So these kings, no, they got there and they kept the deity as the center of the city. I don't know if you have been to Jaipur. Because when I went first time, no, they said the whole city comes. I was saying over there. But if you go in the Mangalarati, no, the whole city comes there. The center of the city, the temple is there, and all singing, and every city members are inside the temple. So the king declares, everything the city belongs to Govindaji. So that's what they declare. So the first thing is, if you don't bring God into your life, life is going to be miserable. And especially when you are stressful, everybody, devotees also will be stressed, non-devotees also will be stressed. So, Bhoktaram Yagina Tapasam. So Krishna says, I am the benefit. So we should accept Krishna as the enjoyer. And in a family, we are there, like no kids are there, husband is there, wife is there. So we keep Krishna as the center. We have a small mandapam, and whatever we eat, we offer to the Lord. And the whole family gathers, and what they do? They chant the names of God. These are all a practical example how practically we show in a house. So the first piece formula is, if a family, and we say the family who prays together stays together. Okay. So if we keep Krishna as center and we declare that Krishna is the center, he is the enjoyer of everything, that is the first point. And the second point is Sarvaloka Maheshwar. Everything belongs to Krishna. So the point is like, in Tamil they say, Yadai Kondu Vandai Ni Yadai Eduthu Selvadarkar, which means what you brought when you came to this world and what you will take when you leave this world. Correct? That's a fact. But still, in that middle of 50 years, 70, 80 years, there's a lot of struggle and everything we claim, I am everything like that. But Krishna says, oh, I am the proprietor. I think in some of the city, I was just reading, one person was very clear, nobody comes, my property can be taken. So then somebody wanted to challenge him. So they gave him 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, 50 lakh, premium of 100, 200. Nobody can come like that. So he said, even God comes cannot take mine. He was so proud. Then, the government wanted to broaden the road and his property came there. He said, I cannot give. They said, they'll put you inside. Supposed to surrender. Correct? So this is how the world works. You may say, I will claim, nothing happens or whatever. Correct? So everything belongs. I was in Vrindavan. So we have to take prasadam. So the devotee who came, it was very inspiring when I heard this. He said, we all have been to Vrindavan and Giriraj is there. So everybody there, for him, their life is Giriraj. This person said, he charged our breakfast 200. He said, 200. No, Prabhu, 50% profit goes to Giriraj. I was wondering. He set aside. And then he goes to all the pilgrims who comes, right? Who come for the circumambulation, the parikrama. So he makes a small stall and he makes khichdi and other things. He serves 200 people per day and then he uses that. So there are people, they have Krishna as a proprietor. That's a fact. Right? So then the third one is Suhridam Sarvabhutana. And Krishna is saying another piece formula is that Krishna is the dearest friend. Now, a friend means like, you have a friend, then some close friend. And in Sanskrit, they say Bandhu, then Brahma Bandhu, or they say Suhurt. Because in Sanskrit, the meaning with the superlative, everything comes in one word itself. So here we say friend, like best friend or like that. But in Sanskrit, Bandhu and Suhurt. Suhurt is one very close. Suhurtam Sarvabhuta. How he is very close is, Krishna is telling, I live in everybody's heart. Krishna confirms this in many places. He says, Ishvara Sarvabhutana Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati Brahmayam Sarvabhutani Yantra Rutani Maya. In 18th chapter, Krishna is exemplifying this fact that I am in, this Ishvara is in Sarvabhutana, all living entities. Even, that's why a devotee is very careful even to kill an ant. Because in ant also Krishna, the Paramatma is inside. So, Ishvara Sarvabhuta, Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. Each living entity's heart, the Paramatma is there. So he is the closest friend. So, accepting these three principles, we can be happy. Oh Prabhu, very easy. But the problem is, unless we surrender to Krishna, we cannot do that. So, the whole Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna conscious movement, our human life is to come to this fact of understanding that everything belongs to Krishna. He is the enjoyer, he is the dear friend of everybody. But now, because we have forgotten this factor, we are trying to take the shelter in all other, like in my money, in my property, in my relatives, my friends. But it doesn't work all the time. Some people drop you off or throw you off, all these things. But Krishna is telling, as a Suhurt, I am with you. Actually, there is a nice story in this regard. There was a king, and it's an allegorical story. He had 4 wives, and the 4th wife was very dear to him. He was always spending time with her, and the 3rd wife was just spending very little time. 2nd wife, like the 1st wife, never some time. Now, the 4th wife, so now the time has come for him to die. And the 4th wife says, he goes and takes shelter because he's always with the 4th wife. And he said that, I was waiting when you will die, so I can go with another person. He was shocked, I was always with you. And then this kind of a response he gave. Then the 3rd wife he goes. The 3rd wife goes, yeah, you are going to die, I can be with you till the end of your difficulties. But beyond that, I cannot help. So that was little consoling him. But still, it was not a very confidential answer. So then he went to the 2nd wife. He said, oh, maybe till the graveyard I can come and I can help you. So it was little convincing, but still. But he said, 1st wife I'm going to go, but I'll never spend time with her. What she said, he said, I'll come with you. So he was wondering, oh, I've never been with you, but you said you're coming. So then the allegorical thing what it says is, the 4th wife is our body. Correct? As soon as the soul leaves this body, that's all. You can become this. The 3rd wife is your own fame, name, your property or whatever it is. Maybe they can help you till you die. 2nd wife is, we always trust the name of our friends, relatives, our father, mother, husband, wife. They can also be helping you till the grave. But actually, who's the 1st wife? Any guess? Huh? Soul is you. Paramatma. So, the human life is to recognize this. So, you all know the greatest invader, Alexander. See, he is such an invader, but he got a greater realization. So you know that he even came to India. I heard that he went out of India because of the mosquito bite, something like that. I don't know whether it is true. Anyway, so he went back and he has so much property. And then in the last days, he called his ministers and he gave 3 instructions. What I'm saying is not some stories. He's a great invader and he's telling. He said, please note, I have a 3 desire. You please get me 4 doctors. 4 doctors. Okay. And then, from my place to the graveyard, all my property which I have invaded, you keep it here and then keep, like, no, in the path I am going, you keep pouring it. Okay? Second. Then the third is, in the graveyard box or whatever is a Christian, correct? Like a Christian philosophy. So you keep my both the hands outside. So these ministers are wondering like how you are wondering now. Oh, what's happening? But he is having that realization, right? He is not God conscious. He's saying, why 4 doctors? Like no, if death comes, you have decided to leave. Not 1, 2, 3, 4 doctors can answer. Okay? So then you may save so many things, but I cannot carry anything. That's the second one. The third one is, as I said in Tamil, எதை கொண்டு வந்தாய் நீ எதை எடுத்து செல்வதற்கு. What you have brought to take it. So these are some things which we have to understand, and spiritual understanding helps. So when we deal with the material nature, this material nature, Krishna says, Mayadhyakshena prakriti suryate sacharacharam hetumanena kaunteya jagatvidhi viparivartate. Very strong. Because we have rebelled against Krishna when you come to this place. I'll tell a very nice example Prabhupada said. How you have come here. You know, you have a family, you have father, you have a son. Now son is growing and he gets all the shelter of father and gets all the benefits, everything, he grows. And then slowly he starts earning. Then he feels what he feels. Father will say, hey, don't do that, don't do that. Like, no, when he is 5 years or 6 years, that is fine. But when he is 40 years, 50 years, who will listen? Then he said, he will rebel. Right? Then father is a little strong. Then he said, no, I'm going out. Right? So then he leaves the father's shelter. So then he struggles. Because father is giving shelter, father is giving the food, he's giving the care, he's giving the guidance, everything. No, he goes out saying that I can live without you. So then he lives, then he struggles, I have to work, I have to get this, I have no food and no shelter, I have to, everything I arrange. Then after some time, he thinks, so much struggling I'm doing. And he thinks, what he thinks? I was okay with my father. Little adjustment. Maybe whatever he says is for my good only. It's not that something is like, no, he's a beneficiary. No, he's a benefactor, like, no. So then he thinks, like, like, let me go back here. Why I have to fight with him? Then lives become peaceful. So this is something in the day-to-day life in families we can see. But this is actually the fact that's happened with us with God. But it may be difficult for us to understand. But this is the fact. We were not ready to cooperate with God, and that's where we are this people. And what is that? The fact of this material world is, you can never be happy, peaceful for a minute. Now you may say, I'm fine. But till you come to Krishna consciousness, till you are not aware of this fact, you will think that you are happy. That is what is the greatest illusion. And for that Prabhupada is giving. You have been in the desert or you have been in the national highways. When there's high sun, when you're driving, what you see?
Mirage.
You see like, no, oh, what is that? If a child is also there, hey, Baba, you see there's water. But when you go, nothing is there. Correct? It's the greatest illusion. So similarly, I will live without God and I can be happy. It's the greatest illusion. And this whole Krishna conscious movement is Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, our founder, created is to enlighten everybody. And it is nothing to do with any caste or creed or religion or anything. It's a universal Sanatana Dharma. So that's why if you see in ISKCON, you come to Maya, Vrindavan, Mayapur, you can see an Australian, you can see an African, you can see an American, you can see a Jew, you can see an Iranian, you can see a Palestinian, you can see anybody. They are practicing Krishna consciousness. Because it's nothing to do with the body. Because all these designations are to the body. So, Krishna consciousness is all about that we have to understand this fact, and it's a great responsibility. It's like Prabhupada says, what is his responsibility? Human life is responsible. Like, if a man marries and he has a family, it's a great responsibility. He can't just keep going here and there, a wife is there, kid is there, I have to earn. So that's a responsibility. Similarly, human life is also a responsibility. What is that? Prabhupada gives an example. You have a government office, any offices there. And then you have a clerk. And then you have, the peon or whatever, security or whatever. Now what happens? To that office, the peon comes. And then when he comes in a cycle. And then he has to arrange everything. Make everything ready, all these things. Then what happens? The clerk comes. He has a car. Then he has a room. All things. Now, this peon, he thinks, hey, what here? I'm so working hard. This day Kohli comes. And I have to give him everything. I have to safeguard everything. He comes and sits in the room. Then I have to give him something to drink. All these things I have to do. Maybe it's crazy. But now, why is he given these facilities? A question to all. This clerk is giving all facilities. No, this peon no facilities. Why these facilities are given to him?
Qualification.
Qualification. Okay, that is one.
He's serving a higher purpose.
Huh?
He's serving a higher purpose.
Then it's still more.
Responsibility.
Yes, he's responsible. The peon can be jolly. Something goes wrong, somebody takes away anything. He doesn't have to have any responsibility. The clerk is responsible. If anything misses, there is a loss, there is anything. So similarly, human and animal, human has a responsibility to realize God. So that is why the Vedanta Sutra says, Atato Brahma Jignasha. That you have to inquire, who am I? Why am I suffering in this world? Why always? I don't want to be in stress or anxiety, but still it is imposed upon. And then I try to control many things, but things are out of my control. Right? Many times, with our money, with our whatever influence, we try to see I can control and make the situation fine. How long? But there will be a situation where nothing can be done. But for a devotee, he always takes shelter of the Lord. Oh Krishna, Govinda, you are the shelter. Then Krishna takes care. Right? So, Krishna consciousness is all about recognizing that he is my father and I am his son. And my duty is to serve him. Right? So that is why even Radharani wants to serve Krishna. He is the greatest devotee. When we were in Vrindavan, he said that the Radha Bhava is very high Bhava where always she wants to serve Krishna. And all the devotees have the Bhava of Srimati Radharani because they want to serve. But in the material world, everybody wants to enjoy how? Hey, serve me. I want to be the master. But in that phase, you can never be happy. You take the position of a mother. If you see the external position, a mother having a child, especially the initial stage, the mother, first of all, she has to carry in the womb for 9 months. And the child comes out. First 2 years, 3 years. Very difficult, cannot eat, cannot sleep. Correct? You're all mothers, you know that. But still, is the mother happier? Mother is breastfeeding, child is kicking. But mother is feeling nice. Why? Why?
Serving.
Huh?
Service.
Yes. The mother feels I'm serving my child. So that service attitude is what is missing in this material world where everybody wants to be the master. So Bhagavad Gita teaches we are servants of God, we are servants of everybody, and we keep God as center and give all the credit to the Lord, accept Him as everything. Life becomes very peaceful. So that is why Prabhupada said, only two people are happy in this world. I think we discussed some devotees and mad person. And when I heard this, no, it just went into my mind, why Prabhupada is telling like this? But when I understood, yes, because you know Rath Yatras, I don't know how many of you attended ISKCON Rath Yatras. I took my brother in Coimbatore, I think brother is no more now. It's 20 years before. I came in 99. In 2002, I took my brother. He came first time. He saw all the devotees. He was amazed seeing the devotees' faces. Yeah, it looks 100 watts bulb in everybody's face. So bright, they're happy. So that's my brother. I never told him. He inferred it. So devotees are happy. Even though they are put into stress, they are stressed. It's not that devotees are not put into stress. You know, if somebody says, I'll get into the water, I'll not get wet. Is it foolishness? The water will get wet. So even if you are a devotee in the material world, there will be stress. But you can manage very smoothly because you have Krishna's feet as the boat. Brahma prays, Samashitaye pada pallava plavam Mahat padam punya yasho murare Bhavambudhi vatsaparam padam Padam yat vipatam natesha. In his glorification, Brahma, he says that this material world is a great vast ocean, very difficult to cross. But one who has taken the shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, it has become the big ocean, has become like a calf's hoof print. You see the water in the seashore, and there's a wet sand, and the calf goes inside. There is a hole made. So when the water comes and goes, in that hole there is little water. So for a devotee, such a vast ocean becomes a little calf's hoof print. So it is very, it's like, there is a statistics also. People who manage stress very easily are the devotees. Then why mad person is very happy? He doesn't mind happy. But if you feel everything is nice in my life and you are not a mad person, if you are thinking, but as per Shastras you are a mad person. Because you are thinking you are happy without God. But you cannot be happy. So that's why to understand these philosophies, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna's avatar, it's already some book. So Krishna's avatar has come and he gave a greatest gift. What is the gift? You understand the philosophy, I don't understand anything. Simply, he said, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this Nama is a greatest gift. Right? So by chanting the name of the God, one can gradually realize Krishna. Right? So it's a great gift. So you all have to accept this and being in the house. You don't need to. Many people ask this question: do I need to leave my job? I have to leave my career or that? Nothing. You just add Krishna to your life. You just keep moving forward, adding Krishna. You don't need to leave anything, and gradually you realize. Right? I don't know how many of you know about Alfred Ford. You know Alfred Ford? Yes. Right?
Yeah.
He's
What's
Ambarish
True.
Das. He's the Ford's grandson. Right? So Prabhupada in 1970s went to America, and he was taken to the Ford company and he was shown our Acharya. So then the follower, the grandson, became very attached to Srila Prabhupada, seeing all wonderful things. And then the Alfred Ford, he said, Prabhupada, I want to get initiated. Diksha from you, I want to be a follower. And Alfred Ford became Ambarish. So he's still working. And he's helping the movement. And you know the largest project in ISKCON is the Temple of Vedic Planetarium, which is the largest project in the world, which is like, huge 2000 crore project, which is to be inaugurated next year, 2027 or 28 is going to be inaugurated. It's in Mayapur, birthplace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 150 kilometers from Calcutta. And that project is mostly funded by Alfred Ambarish. And he's still a devotee, and he says, I get up, chant, and then go for my work. This is a great example. When he is with his wife, they are the greatest contributor of the project, and they are doing their work, taking care of the company, everything. So we don't need to do everything. We just add Krishna to our life. So with all these facts, so we are, as I mentioned, it is Daivik and Dhanvi's birthday. So the best way of Vedic civilization. Like, see, before I came, to Krishna consciousness, for me, birthday means all being some great dance, some great Bollywood music and that, and some, some drinking and that, and then some cakes will be there, and there will be candles with Agni blowing. But when I came to Krishna consciousness, it's like this, it's all un-Vedic. Then I asked, so then we should not celebrate Krishna birthdays? He said, no, you celebrate. No, then how? This is what we are doing. We all have gathered. We had kirtan, we'll also have some more kirtan. We discussed about Krishna last 45 minutes. We discussed the fact, satsang. Correct? What is satsang? Sangha is group of people. Sat is where we are going to discuss about Sat. Sat means eternal things. So we discuss those. And then we will have a kirtan, we will bless the child or people who are, and then we'll have prasad. It's not that we're not going to eat anything. So we offer whatever offered to Krishna, we eat. So we're not going to give up anything. The only thing is we are all going to do everything in the Vedic.
Together with Krishna.
Yes, with Krishna, that's all. And it becomes very enjoyable also. So that's how it becomes very nice. So thank you all for coming. And Prabhu, cake is ready. There's Prabhu, it's gone to get. Okay, so they are going to do cake cutting. And we will wait for the cake to come. And till it comes, we can have a short kirtan. And as I said, Prabhupada gave an explanation to this Hare Krishna Mahamantra also. He said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. You may wonder, when we say this mantra, people will say, no, they like Govinda. I'll say Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. Let's say Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Narayana. We can chant all the names. But for Kali Yuga, the prescribed mantra is this Hare Krishna. Because for the disease of Kali Yuga, a powerful medicine is required. I have a light headache. I have a little heavier, but I have a migraine. Burning. But I cannot just give a small, whatever light headache medicine to the migraine or whatever, correct? I need to give a heavy dose. So Mahaprabhu said, all the names are not different. But the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, is the medicine for this age. So Krishna also says, Yagnana Japa Yagnos. Of all yagna, I am the chanting the holy name. So this Hare Krishna mantra is given in the Shastras as a bona fide mantra. It is mentioned. Narada Muni, you all know who is Narada's father? Brahmadev. So he goes and meets Brahma. And that's the time Krishna has finished his pastime. Dwapara Yuga is over. Kali Yuga is starting. So then he envisioned, the pure devotees are called as Trikala Jnani, which means they know what's going to happen in the future. So Narada understood that Krishna is gone, Kali Yuga people will suffer, right? So what is the medicine for them? So he goes to the father and he asks. So it's called as Brihad Naradiya Purana. It's a Shastra. So in that Purana, the conversation is recorded and he's asking, what is the solution for these people? They're going to have stress and there will be anxiety, then there is no peace. Then he said, Iti Shotashaka Namnam Kali Kalmasha Nashanam Nadaha Bharatarupaya Sarvavedeshu Drishyati. He said, Iti Shotashaka. Shotashaka means 16 words, which refers to the 16-word Mahamantra. Iti Shotashaka Namnam Kali Kalmasha Nashanam. It destroys. It says Satyuga, Tretayuga, Dwapara, Kali. Kali is the worst yuga. Right? Actually, you may feel AI, mobiles, all these things. No, people of Dwapara Yuga don't have. They are fallen like that. But actually, you know what happened? When Arjuna saved, who's that? Mayadana. You know, that time, Mayadana said, Arjuna, I will give you a gift. What is that? Technology. Then Krishna said, Arjuna, don't take it. That is for the downtrodden Kali Yuga people. Correct? Because see, I tell you, now you have AI, you have mobiles, everything. 30, 40 years before, did you have mobile? Did you have all these things? Were people happy? Happy. Now you have everything. Are you happy? I cannot live without my mobile. Mobile is lost. Heart is lost. Correct? That's a fact. See, I am also, because I am also got into it. Because I use for Krishna Kaya, reading books and all. But still, the modes are so strong. I cannot, where's my mobile? Where's my mobile? Even it's lost. Correct? So, that's a kind of, the tottering platform is Kali Yuga. But Kali Kalmasha Nashini, the holy name can nasha. Kali Kalmasha Taparaturupaya. This is the Vedas declared. So, Hare Krishna. So that's how this age is so wonderful opportunity. So let us all chant the holy name of Krishna. And Prabhupada said, it is when we chant the Hare Krishna mantra, it is a prayer to Srimati Radha, the energy of Krishna. That Krishna, please, I have been in this material Maya's energy, and I've been changing bodies, birth, death, and different country, different family, different planetary systems. So let me take me out of this cycle and place me at the lotus feet of Krishna. This is a prayer. So let us all pray. And the Prabhupada said, when you pray, when you chant, it is something like a child crying for the mother. Right? Especially a newly born child. So why? Because a child is 1 year, 2 years, she will climb down the bed and go and meet the mother. But if a child is newly born and then wants the mother's attention, she has to cry like anything to get the attention of the mother, correct? So that's how we need to chant with that mood, and we chant in the tongue and hear in the ear. Okay? So next few minutes, let us chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra in a kirtan mode, in a prayerful mode to Lord Srimati Radharani to give us shelter of Krishna. Okay? Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura